This is a quick little video, so let's just get into it. I like this one because of the different perspective and lighting. Two ancient Mesopotamian warriors are fighting each other in an enclosed sand ring. This was before any sort of protective gear was worn, so they have no gloves or mouth guards or anything like that. They are fighting bare-knuckled, historic style. It's really cool to see the details of their bodies and the muscles they would have developed from doing this regularly. It reminds me of MMA fighters today who train for mixed martial arts competitions. These guys were probably pretty fit too. The art of boxing has been around for thousands of years, dating all the way back to the ancient Mesopotamia region, where we can see these two warriors fighting inside of a circular ring made out of sand. There's no rules or regulations. Whoever gets knocked out first loses. And they fought until one of them could go no longer. Back in those days, they didn't have any rounds or judges keeping track. Of course, there were some brutal knockouts and bloody fights, but it was all part of the fun. At least the fighters had the decency to fight inside of a circle, so that everyone could watch them. It's quite entertaining to watch these ancient warriors duke it out, especially when you consider how primitive the tools were. That's why I decided to use this image for my tattoo design. Yo, 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 yo. The history behind boxing is long and interesting, and I think this would make for a really cool tattoo. Two Greek boxers are competing against each other in the ancient Olympics. Boxing was considered a part of the Olympic Games as early as 668 BC. The athletes would wrap their hands in leather straps and fight without any protective gear. The straps may not have looked like much, but they actually served an important purpose. They allowed the boxers to keep their hands close to their faces, which protected them from punches that would otherwise smash in their noses or even knock them out. During the ancient Olympics, boxing matches took place in a sunny outdoor arena. Fighters would jump and weave around each other trying to land a knockout blow. The crowd would cheer wildly as the boxers traded punches. In those days, the sport was full of action and excitement, but it was also dangerous. Many a fighter had his face smashed in during the ancient Olympics. Despite the risks, people kept coming back for more. Maybe it was the thrill of the fight, or maybe it was just plain old-fashioned bloodlust. Whatever the reason, the ancient Olympics boxing matches were a major attraction for spectators. Here we can see two Greek boxers going at it inside of an ancient Greek stadium. The architecture of the seating area is amazing. If you look around, you can tell that this was quite the spectacle for the general public. You can almost hear the crowd roaring with every swing of the arm. Even though these men were wrapped up in leather straps to protect themselves, the sweat still pouring off of them in the heat of the moment. This picture is so striking and dynamic that it looks like it could be used for a movie poster. The background is nice and blurred, so that all of your attention is focused on the two fighters. Here we have a Roman gladiator-style boxing scene. The intensity of the moment is palpable. You can almost feel the heat of the crowd pressing down on the two fighters. The fighters appear locked in a deadly embrace, their muscles straining against each other as they battle for supremacy. Their eyes are focused intently on their opponent, each move precisely timed to land a telling blow. As they dance around each other, the crowd cheers wildly, egging them on to greater feats of strength and skill. With each passing moment, the tension builds and the crowd's roar rises to a fever pitch. Who will emerge victorious from this grueling contest? Only time will tell. One thing is certain, though. This is a battle that neither man will soon forget. The gladiators are fierce and determined, their movements graceful yet powerful as they trade blows. The crowd watches in suspense, their own primal instincts awakened by the spectacle before them. In the end, only one can emerge victorious. These two gentlemen are about to have a bare-knuckle boxing match. Now, I do know if this is supposed to be viewed as entertainment or if this is what everyday life was like back in the 18th century in England. But I'm going to guess that this is meant to be entertainment. These two guys are wearing waistcoats and top hats. This isn't exactly what you'd see every day. The crowd is gathered around a makeshift ring, and they are ready to watch these two men duke it out. What makes this image particularly striking is the sense of foreboding that it conveys. The crowd is so close to the fighters that if someone were to throw a punch that landed wrong, it could easily hit someone standing next to the ring. In the 18th century, boxing was a popular form of entertainment in England. People would pay admission for the matches by bringing a cat or dog and then killing it in the center of the ring. The skin of the animal would then be tossed into the audience to be claimed by whoever caught it. This gruesome practice was seen as a test of both the animals and the spectators' ferocity. So yeah, things were pretty wild back in the day. In this image, we can see two men preparing to box while the crowd looks on expectantly. This would have been a common sight during the 18th century. Here's a shot of two men boxing inside of a gym. They're not going bare-knuckle though. They're wearing gloves and everything. This looks like an old-fashioned boxing match. This image was created by mixing elements from different historical periods, but it gives off a really cool vintage look that you don't see very often. The man on the left is throwing a powerful right hook, while the man on the right blocks it with his left arm. The right side of the image is nicely blurred out, so that all of your attention goes to the two fighters in the foreground. This creates a really nice visual effect that adds to the drama of the moment. There's something timeless about boxing that transcends any specific historical period. The basic elements of the sport, the two fighters, the ring and the crowd, have remained constant throughout history. That's why this image looks so great in this old-fashioned setting. It could have been taken in the 1800s, 1900s, or even now. It's up to you to decide. Now let's take a closer look at some modern-day boxers. Here we have a photorealistic montage of four boxing legends: Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Jack Dempsey, and George Foreman. The images of each boxer are faded out except for Ali, who is front and center. Slow camera pans across each boxer's face, allowing us to appreciate their unique features and expressions. Each boxer represents a different era of the sport, and each has their own claim to greatness. Ali was known for his speed and agility in the ring, while Tyson was a force to be reckoned with due to his sheer power. Dempsey was a tough, relentless fighter who never backed down from a challenge, while Foreman was famous for his knockout punches that could end a fight in an instant. Together they represent the best of boxing over the years. As the camera slowly pans away from Ali, the other boxers fade into view, creating a seamless transition between images. The effect is both striking and memorable, leaving us with a sense of the rich history of the sport of boxing. Now here's another boxing match, but this time it's inside of a fully lit arena. The crowd is cheering loudly, and the atmosphere is electric. The fighters are locked in a fierce battle, their fists flashing as they try to get the upper hand. The image captures the intensity and drama of the moment perfectly. From the sweat dripping down the fighters' faces to the ropes of the ring straining under their blows, every detail is rendered with precision. The fight is not just a physical one, it's a mental battle as well. Both fighters are strategizing, trying to outmaneuver and outthink their opponent. The photographer has done an excellent job capturing the action in mid-motion. We can see the tension in the fighters' bodies as they move in perfect unison, their arms blurring together in a flurry of motion. The dramatic lighting adds to the intensity of the scene, casting long shadows that stretch across the ring. Overall, this image is a stunning example of sports photography at its finest. Composition is excellent, the lighting is perfect, and the action is frozen in time. It's a must-see for any boxing fan. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found value in this video. If you did, please let me know by hitting the like button. I really appreciate your support. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Have a wonderful day.